friends, welcome back to my channel. It is Life of Skye, and today it's going to be a very exciting day. We are going to be meeting my cats. Before we get into today's video, don't forget to like this video if you are enjoying, subscribe for more videos in the future, and follow me on Instagram at LifeOfSkye19. So now, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be starting out with my kitty Garfield. I adopted him from the Oregon Humane Society about a little over a year ago. He came to the Oregon Humane Society on December 9th of 2017, and I adopted him on the 13th of 2017, and he has been with me ever since. He is the most adorable cat you would ever meet in your entire life. He has so much energy and he is absolutely stunning. This cat is so stunning. He is a very large cat, actually. I believe he probably has some Maine Coon in him. If you guys can see how big he is, he's actually a very large cat. He weighs probably about 20 pounds. When I adopted him, he weighed 9 pounds and was honestly pretty underweight. I would say he didn't look too great. His surrendering reason was that his previous owner was going into assisted living, so she had to get rid of her cat. And honestly, thank God, because now he's mine. And I love him very, very much and wouldn't change a single day without him, even though he probably would. He's kind of a a-hole most of the time, but we still love him. Okay. See what I mean? A little grouchy. Come on, give him a catwalk. Okay, on to the next cat. Alrighty guys, so now I have my kitty Nyx. She is a little over 2 years old. I adopted her March of 2018. As you guys can see, she's not a big fan of being held like Garfield is, so she might just walk on the table. She really loves to be petted though. She's a super sweet cat. I named her Nyx. That is the goddess of darkness in Greek mythology, so I thought it was extremely fitting because this cat is black as night. I mean, has 0 white spots on her at all. And she is just an absolute love. I've never had a cat with a more loving personality. She loves to headbutt you if you're not giving her the attention that she wants and thinks she deserves, which is fine. Okay guys, so that's just a short little hello from my kitties. As you guys can probably tell, they're not too patient and don't love to just sit here in my lap when I want them to. So now I'm just gonna be talking about their adoption story. So when I adopted my cats, they came with little photographs and short descriptions. So as you guys can see, Nyx's name was Mandy, which I absolutely hated for a cat. I think that is a horrible name. So I gave her the name Nyx, and they knew her exact age, 1 year, 5 months, 1 week. So I calculated that, and so as of today, where did I put it? She is 2 years, 4 months, and 1 day old. So that's how old she is as of today. And here is her little picture. You guys can see how skinny she was. She was an actual rail. You could just see like this. That's what she looked like. She was so thin. And she had had a litter right before I had adopted her. Have no idea what happened to the kittens. Neither does the Humane Society. But now I would say that she weighs probably about 10, 12, 13 pounds, which is amazing for her. She has gained a healthy amount of weight back, and she is happy as can be, and that makes me so happy and so thankful that I saved her life. Okay, here is Garfield's little certificate. As you can see, he was approximately 1 year old. They didn't know exactly how old he is, so he's about 2 years old now. He weighed 9 pounds, so as you guys can see, he was quite a bit smaller as well. He was just a little baby, but now he has completely filled out, and he weighs, like I said, about 20 pounds now. So he is a big kitty cat, let me tell you. He rules the home. So those are their little cards that I got with them. Okay guys, and then the last topic of this video, I wanted to give you guys some reasons why it is so important to adopt and not shop for your animals. The first reason is you are going to be saving a life. On average, about 2.7 million shelter animals are euthanized each year in the United States alone. This is due to overcrowding in shelters and people not adopting from shelters. So before you think about buying a purebred breed of dog or cat that is super duper expensive, think about going to your local animal shelter. Just go for a day and just look around. Most animal shelters will just let you walk around, like the Oregon Humane Society in Portland lets you just go in. You don't have to talk to anybody, and you can just walk around and look at dogs and cats and rabbits and guinea pigs and stuff like that. So just go into your local shelter, have a look around, see if you connect with any of the animals they have, and definitely give them a shot before picking up a purebred animal. Reason number 2 that you should adopt a pet is that you are gonna end up with a phenomenal best friend and companion. Just because these animals came from a shelter and not from a breeder does not mean they are not happy, does not mean they are not healthy. You know, a lot of times, especially when you adopt older to middle-aged animals, they are already house trained, they're already potty trained, they already know basic commands for a dog like sit, down, stay. For a cat, you know, they're already litter box trained, very easy to welcome into a new home. So these pets are going to be easier to take care of on average than adopting a brand or buying a brand new puppy or a brand new kitten that you are going to have to litter train, potty train, house train, you know, all those good things. One example of something that my cats automatically knew when I adopted them was where their scratching post is. I really don't struggle with them scratching on furniture, which is wonderful. Every once in a while they'll try to scratch on the couch a little bit, but I just get after them and they just stop and they'll come in here to their scratching post and scratch away, which is what we want. And that is something that they already knew, I'm guessing, from previous owners. Reason number 3 to adopt and not shop is it'll cost you so much less money. When you adopt a dog or a cat from an animal shelter, I mean 90 to 99% of the time they are spayed and neutered, microchipped, have their first rounds of shots, and have a complete wellness check from a vet. So right out of the gate, right when you bring your animal home, all 4 of those things are already done for you. When you buy a cat or a dog from a breeder, none of this is accommodated for at all, and they are not going to pay for it as well. So once you buy your 8-week-old puppy or 8-week-old kitten, you're gonna have to go ahead and think of spaying or neutering them. You're gonna have to get their first rounds of shots and the rest of their shots for the rest of their lives. If you live in the city, it is a super good idea to go get your animal microchipped, because if somebody finds your cat or dog and brings them to any kind of a vet's office, any kind of an animal shelter, they can scan that chip and see where your animal belongs, which is with you at home. So I did some comparisons on popular dog breeds and popular cat breeds. So I just chose 4 breeds of dog, 3 breeds of cat that are pretty popular. The first breed of dog I have is a Frenchie, a French bulldog. Their price range from a breeder is anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. And the average price for those dogs is $2,200. Moving on, I put down a Siberian Husky. A purebred Siberian Husky goes for about $800 to $1,000. A German Shepherd. This is a little bit cheaper. It is ranged anywhere from $300 to $900. A little bit cheaper, but not really. And a golden retriever ranges anywhere from $500 to $3,000. That is your classic family pet, the golden retriever. I know so many people who own them. I absolutely adore those dogs. They're so great, but goodness sakes, that is a hefty amount of cash. In adopting a dog, I've just taken the calculations from the Humane Society that I adopted my cats from. Depending on age range, so how it kind of works is when you go and adopt a older dog, it's going to be a lot cheaper than adopting a puppy. So they do it, which is great because older dogs, they don't have a lot of time left to live, and if they're sitting there in a kennel finishing out their days, that just really isn't right. So it's another thing I kind of wanted to talk about is thinking about bringing an older pet into your home and letting him live the rest of his years with you in a happy environment. So from the Humane Society, a dog who is 6 years or older is kind of how they range it, is about $85. So that's not bad for a full-grown dog who is already potty trained, has already lived with people in the past, has probably already lived with other animals in the past, easygoing, you know, has all those accommodations with it. If you get a mid-age range dog, like, you know, probably about 4 years old to 6 years old, maybe a little younger, it's gonna be about anywhere from $150 to about $250, $300, which is quite a bit of money. But then again, you are saving a life instead of buying a purebred dog from a puppy farm. And then the most expensive I saw from the Oregon Humane Society was $350 to $400, and those were for puppies that were 0 to 5 months to 6 months, and that is pretty expensive, I'm not going to lie. So yes, it is still pretty spendy if you want a younger dog and adopt a puppy from the Humane Society, but just remember that puppy is just starting its life and it's already in a shelter, hasn't even had a chance. So you know what, why don't you spend what you would spend on a purebred on a puppy who needs a good start to a life. Okay, so some popular cat breeds that I picked just to give a comparison was a Maine Coon, which ranges from $500 to $1,000. A Sphinx cat, which are those naked cats, which I love. I want one of those eventually, maybe, if I can find one that's adoptable. They range about $1,000+. And then a Siamese kitty, which is very generic. Lots of people have Siamese cats. $250 to $500 for a purebred Siamese cat. Holy cow, that is a lot of money. From the Humane Society, I adopted both Nyx and Garfield for $85 each. And that covered, again, they were both spayed and neutered. They both have their shots. They both had a clean bill of health from the vet. So in my opinion, $85, not bad. And that is normally the middle range for the Humane Society's cat prices. If you get a cat that is 6 years old or older, considered an elder, they're only $15, which is super cheap. My cousin got 2 cats that were over 6 years old from the Humane Society. So they are elders and they are the sweetest cats. They love her so much and she just is thriving with those 2 in her life. So definitely think about adopting an older cat. They are so cute and I highly suggest it. Or even a middle range cat like mine. Mine are 2 years old, pretty much, both of them. And they're fantastic. If you are wanting a kitten from the Humane Society, they can reach up to $150, which is pretty expensive for a kitten. But then again, it does still have a clean bill of health from the vet, all that good stuff. So it's all up to you guys. Okay guys, so that is going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you guys so much for sitting here and learning about adopting a cat. I hope you guys truly consider adopting over shopping for your animals. There's so many animals out there in need of a home that are at a shelter right now. So if you are considering getting an animal of any kind, I highly suggest you check shelters first before anything. you know, I adopted these two beautiful kitties from the Humane Society, and I do not regret it one single bit. I love them so, so much, even if they are a little bit of a pain in the butt sometimes. What animals can't be, but we still love them so, so much. So thank you guys so much for sticking around for this video. Please do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And we will be seeing you in the very near future, huh, baby? Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to say goodbye? Yeah, he's grumpy. Do you want to say goodbye?